So let's move on to past paper question. So you can see this one is 209. Okay, fx is given like this. Okay, but where is the question? So the question is at the back. Okay, so question is right here. Hx is equal to f minus x. Okay, so ask you to sketch the graph. Okay, so very easy question. Okay, so draw f minus x. Okay, so on this diagram. So for this one, I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So the minus sign is inside the x, right? Okay, inside the bracket. Okay. So whenever you see the minus sign, right? Okay, inside the bracket affects x. Okay. So positive x becomes negative x, right? Okay. So minus 2 becomes positive 2, right? Okay. So and 2 here becomes negative 2. Yeah. Okay. So basically, you can draw a graph like that. Okay. So all flip. Okay. To the left hand side, and then the left hand side flip to the right hand side, right? Okay, and then this one is 4. Okay, so just draw a line like this. Okay, so you have a graph, and then you get 2 marks. Okay, yeah, so it's easy. Okay, and then question B. So question B, you are given gx, okay, is equal to half fx minus 1. Okay, so the original point is 3, 2. Okay, is transformed, okay, to the point P on the graph G. Okay, so basically that's the original point, right? After transformation, where is the new point P, right? Find P. So that's the new point question. Okay, so I'll give you 15 seconds, okay, to try. Okay, so basically question B, okay, very easy, okay? So the new x would be, okay, we just look at inside the bracket, what's the change? So minus 1 goes right? Okay, so originally, okay, here's 3, goes right, it means the point, okay, the x increased by 1, okay? So this 1 minus 1 tells you that the graph goes right, okay? So increased by 1, so 3 plus 1, which is equal to 4, right? Okay, and then new y, so for new y, so half, right? Okay, so 2. Okay, so you know that outside the bracket affect y. So this one is a, multiply y. So 2 times half, which is equal to 1. Okay, so then the answer is 4, 1. Okay, so that's how you get 3 marks. So you can see, and every year you see this kind of question. Okay, yeah. Okay, and the next page, so 207. So you're given the function 5 minus x squared, okay, and the vertex. So vertex means the maximum or minimum, okay. So refer to this graph, obviously is the maximum, 0, 5. This one's 0, 5, right? Okay, so the image y equals gx, okay, after the translation with vector hk has vertex t equals to 3, 6, okay. So basically you know the 2 vertex, right? Okay, so write down the value of h and k, and then b, write down the expression of gx, okay. So for this one, A and B, I'll give you maybe 30 seconds to think about this, okay? Okay, so basically very easy. So h and k, you have know that this one, the bracket form, okay? So h means shift left or right, k up or down, right? Okay, so the vertex is 3. So basically 0 to 3 goes right by 3 units, right? Okay, so then the translation, the change of x, then you can say is 3, right? Okay, because from 0 to 3. Okay, but how about the k? So from 5 and then to 6, so increase by 1, right? So we look at the change in y, okay? So the change of y becomes increased by 1, right? 5 to 6, okay? So that's how you write h and k here. So 3 and 1, right? Okay, and then question B asks you to find the expression of gx, okay? So gx is the new function, so after the transformation, right? Okay, so as I just mentioned, so the whole graph goes right by 3, okay? So in this one affect x, right? Affect x, and then outside the bracket affect y, right? Okay, so this one affect y, okay? So which is right here, x and y, yeah? Okay, so how do I write the new function? Okay, so I know that the original function is 5 minus x squared. Okay, so then 5 minus x squared. So the whole x would be replaced by what? X minus 3. Okay, it's not plus 3 because in the equation, okay, then that will be just minus, it means goes right. Okay, and then square, right? Okay, and then what happened? Outside the bracket there is plus 1, right? Okay, because the whole graph goes up by 1 unit. Okay, so it's negative x minus 3 squared plus 6. Okay, so that's the answer. Yeah, so you get this right. Okay, so basically the whole x is replaced by x minus 3. Okay, so you have to write the whole thing right here. Okay, but not the minus 3 outside. Okay, yeah. Okay, on the same diagram, draw y equals to g minus x. Okay, so refer to gx. This one is original gx, right? Okay, and then how do you draw the g minus x? So the minus sign is inside the bracket. Okay, so it will affect x. Okay, so for this one, I'll give you 15 seconds. Okay, you can use a pencil to draw. Okay, so very easy. So question C, sketch the graph y equals to g minus x. Okay, so basically you can see, so this point and this point, right? Okay, so we'll flip to the left hand side, right? Okay, so this point and then this one goes here. Yeah. Okay, because all the x, okay, affect by so by the negative, right? So positive x becomes negative x. Okay, so 3 and 6, right? So 3 becomes minus 3, and then 6. Okay, and then you can draw this. Yeah. Okay. So this point keep the same. Why is that? Because the x is 0. Okay. So obviously, if you 0 minus negative, it will still be 0, right? Okay. So 2 set face right here. Yeah. Okay. So you can see that reflect. Okay, in the y-axis. Okay, flip left. Yeah. Okay. So it's not that hard. And then next question 209. Okay, so this one I'll give you 10 seconds. Okay, draw f minus x. Again, very easy. Okay, so maybe 5 seconds is enough. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? Okay, so minus x. Okay, so minus x, it means that affect x, right? Positive x becomes negative x. Okay, so just draw a line like this, and then here, draw a triangle, right? Okay, and that's it. 2 marks. Okay, 209. Paper 2 question. Okay, extremely easy. So and this one is for time zone 2. Time zone 2, okay, is for Asian's paper. Okay, yeah, and time zone 1 is for America. Yeah, so we can see this is your level. Okay, yeah, and then 209 continue question. Okay, so here are all the images of f. Okay, A, B, C, D. Okay, and the question is not here. Okay, so complete the following table. So which one has horizontal stretch with scale factor 1.5, okay, so multiply by 1.5, okay, and then this one maps f to fx plus 1. Okay, so you may ask me a question, is it multiply or divide? So we remember that, is a and then bx plus c plus d, right? Okay, if the b here is, let's say half, okay, then we'll divide by 1 over 2, right? Okay, but how about this expression? So this expression is just directly tell you that how the graph looks like, okay, so horizontal stretch, so obviously stretch, right? Okay, by a scale factor 1.5, so multiply by 1.5, okay? So this one just simple, okay? So refer to the diagram, so choose which one, okay, refer to this two, okay? So you have 15 seconds. Okay, so obviously you have to refer to the previous graph, okay? So the previous diagram is right here, yeah? Okay, so refer to the original, okay? So it's right here. Okay, so 0 to 4, right? Okay, so horizontal stretch by 1.5. So obviously 4 has to multiply with 1.5, right? Okay, so that will become 6. Okay, so which one you have the ending point with 6? So no, not this one, but okay, C, diagram C, right? Okay, so diagram C, and then this one f to fx plus 1, right? Plus 1 means goes up by 1 unit. Okay, we just look at the y. So here's 1, so it goes up by 1 unit. That will be just 2. Okay, so which one you have 2? So not this one, but B, right? Okay, so goes up, shift upward by 1 unit. Okay, CD. Yeah. Okay, and then finally, question C, give a full geometric description, okay, of the transformation that gives the images in A, okay? So image in diagram A, okay, so how do you describe the transformation here, okay? So I know that the original function, okay, original graph, let me refer to the diagram first, okay, it's from 1, 2, and then 3, 4, right? So it's like this, let me draw it here, okay? And then here, yeah? So what's the transformation? So I'll give you 5 seconds, okay? So you can just write, okay, obviously the whole graph, okay, shift to the left, right? And then goes down, okay? But how many units? Okay, so 0 to -6, right? So goes left by 6 units, okay? So you can just write goes left, okay, by 6 units, or if you don't want to write this, you can use the bracket form, okay? So that's called a translation, okay? So goes left by 6 units, it will be -6, okay? So don't mix up this with the equation. So the -6 here means the change in x, okay? So decrease by 6, so goes left, yeah? Okay, and then go down, so 1 to -1. So go down by 1 to 2 units, right? Okay, so -6 and then -2, okay? Or you can say go down, okay, by 2 units, okay? That's how you describe the geometric transformation, okay? Yeah? So you can just write this or, okay, by words, okay? So you will still get the full marks, okay? Yeah, okay, and the next page, so 2000 paper. So this one, I expect you have learned functions, inverse function, okay, and also a bit log, okay, or else you won't understand this question, okay. But if you don't understand that, then I recommend you to go through the log videos first, okay, and then you can look at this question, okay. If not, then you can just skip this question and then you can go to this question first, okay. And next time after you have learned log, then you can go through this question again, okay. Yeah, so 14, okay, so we have 3 graphs right here, okay, so this line A is y equals x, right, y equals x is right here, yeah, so y equals x, okay, and then for C, so C is the reflection of the graph B in the line A, okay, so reflection of graph B, okay, in the line, okay, y equals x, okay, so reflect of this graph to this side, right, okay, so basically I know that, oh, y is equal to 2x, right, okay, and then for the line C, C is the reflection of the graph B in the line A, so this one is the reflection of B, okay, basically, so you have to know that C is actually what, because whenever the reflection is along the y equals x, it's always the inverse, so inverse of the y equals to 2 power x, okay, yeah. So write down the equation of C in the form of y equals to fx. So the equation of C. So basically the question asks you to find the equation of inverse, okay? Because I know that B is y equals to 2x, okay? So how do you find the inverse? The first step, we have to swap the xy, right? X equals to 2y. Step 1 is swap xy, and then the second step, we have to make y be the subject, okay? So this one requires log knowledge, okay? So how do I calculate, how do I find y? So both sides you take log to the base, okay, how many? Base 2, base 2x, and then log base 2y, okay? So cancel this out, because both are same base, same results, okay? So then that will be just y, and then log 2x, okay? So that's the inverse, okay? So that's the equation of C. And then for question B, the coordinates of the point where C cut the x-axis, okay? So this is the equation C, right? Cut the x-axis. It means that is the x-intercept. X-intercept, right? Okay, so x-intercept is always what equals 0. It's always y equals 0, okay? So we just get the equation, right? Okay, so we just got the equation of y equals to log 2x, okay? So how do you find the x-intercept? Just make the y equals 0, okay? So log 2x equals to 0, okay? And then how do you solve x? So I just add okay, what else at the bottom here? Because we want to eliminate the log 2. So we have learned that same constant, same base, right? Okay, so you can just raise all this to the power. That would be just 2 power log 2x 2 power 0, okay? But if you haven't learned log, you won't understand this, okay? Because in the log notes, I've taught this for special skills, okay? So only Hkexcel students will know this, okay? So 2 log 2 cancels out, and then it will be just x, and then 2 power 0 is 1, okay? Yeah, so x equals to 1, yeah? So that's the coordinates. Okay, but coordinates, so you have to find y. But do we need to find y? No, because I know that y is already equal to 0, okay? So the answer is 1, 0, yeah? Okay, so easy. Okay, next page. So 208 question, okay? So 9a. So 9a, you are given fx equals to 3, and then x plus 1 power 2 minus 12, okay? So show that fx is equal to this. So very easy. Just need to expand all the equation, okay? So for this one, I'll give you 30 seconds to expand, okay? And then just show that fx is equal to this. Easy marks, okay? Okay, so question A. So basically just 3 x plus 1 power 2 minus 12, right? So I just expand the x plus 1 power 2. So that will be just 3 x squared plus 2x plus 1 and then minus 12, right? Okay, so that is equal to 3x squared plus 6x plus 3 minus 12, right? So the answer is 3x squared and then plus 6x and then minus 9, right? 3 minus 12, so that's easy. Okay. And then for B1, so find for the graph of f, okay, write down the coordinate of the vertex, okay? So how do you find a vertex? So basically you can refer to the completing square, right? Okay, so for this one, 3x squared plus 6x minus 9, do you need to do the completing square for this one? No, you don't need to. Why is that? Because we already have the form, which is the original function here. So don't waste time, okay, expand to do the completing square here, okay, just refer to the original function, okay? So original function here is the vertex form, or you can say the completing square form, right? So how do you find a vertex? So here is plus 1. So as I just mentioned in the completing square notes, okay, so you have to think of the x value. So if you sub in what value, that will make the whole bracket equal 0. Minus 1, right? So x is equal to minus 1, okay. And then when you sub in minus 1, 0 times anything will be 0. So then you have minus 12 left, okay? So minus 1, minus 12, that's the answer, okay? And then for B2, so for B2, find the equation of the axis of symmetry. So do you still remember, what does it mean by axis of symmetry? So axis of symmetry is the middle line that separates the quadratic graph into half, right? And then we have taught all this in note 4, okay, in the function note 4, okay, so you should still remember this, okay? Axis of symmetry is always, okay, always pass through the vertex. That's the key point. Okay, pass through the vertex. So I know that the vertex right now is minus 1, minus 12. So then x is equal to how many? X is equal to minus 1, right? Because pass through the x point, right? Okay, so it's minus 1. Okay, so x is equal to minus 1. Yeah? Okay, and write down the y-intercept. Y-intercept. So how do you find a y-intercept? Y-intercept, we always make what equal to 0? X equals 0, right? Okay, so I'll just sub it into this, or you can just sub it into this form. So if you sub it into this equation, 0 plus 0, and then you have minus 9, okay? So easy. So y-intercept, it will be just minus 9, okay? Or if you want to sub in here, then it will be just 3 times 0 plus 1, okay, 1 squared. 3 minus 12, that is equal to minus 9, yeah? Okay, and then finally, find both x-intercepts, okay, x-intercepts. So how do you find x-intercept? We always make the y equal to 0, right? Okay, y equal to 0. Okay, so find a x-intercept. Okay, so just refer to this equation, okay? 3x squared plus 6x minus 9. Okay, and then you can take out the 3, yeah? So x squared plus 2x and then minus 3. Okay, so in this chapter, I expect you to know how to factorize, okay? You use the cross method. So 3 and then x squared plus 2x minus 3. So that will be just, so I'll just do it like on another paper, okay? So, just right here, that will be just x, so refer to this bracket, okay? X squared can be the combination of x, and then 3 can be 3, 1. Okay, so to get positive 2x, then it has to be plus 3 and minus 1, okay? So x plus 3, x minus 1. So 3x plus 3, and then x minus 1, right? Okay, so that equals to 0, because y equals to 0, right? Okay, so just erase this, okay? And then, so how do you solve this? Because two things multiply each other. So you may ask me, do I need to take care of the 3? You can just divide by 3. Okay, so that will be just 0 divided by 3. It will be 0. Okay, then the x is equal to minus 3, or x is equal to just 1, right? Okay, so that is the answer. Minus 3 or 1. So that's the x-intercept. Okay, and then question C asks you to sketch the graph. So I have all the information here, okay? Because I know the x, y-intercept, and I know the vertex, okay? So then you just draw the graph by hand. This one is paper 1, okay? So C, so then the x and y, right? Okay? So it's minus 3 and then 1 here, okay? And the y is minus 9, right? So this one, the 3 is positive number, so it must be a smile face. So a smile face like this. And the vertex, the vertex should be minus 1 and minus 12, so it should be like a bit to the left, okay? So the graph, I know that is not proper enough, this one. Okay, anyway, I think you get this, right? Okay, so minus 1 and then minus 12, yeah? Okay, so you get this, right? Okay, and then that's how you get 2 marks, okay? So, and then finally D, gx is equal to x squared. The graph of f may be obtained from the graph of g by the 2 transformations, okay? So a sketch of scale factor t in the y direction, followed by a translation p and q. Okay, so find p, q, and t, yeah? Okay, so right now we have to compare this, gx equals to x squared, with this graph, okay? With the fx. Of course, you can refer to 3x squared plus 6x minus 9, okay? But that would be too troublesome, okay? Just refer to this graph, because we have inside the bracket and we only have 1x right here, okay? And then outside the bracket, right? Okay, so I'll give you 30 seconds, okay? You can try this. Okay, so question D. So gx equals to x squared, okay? So the graph of f may be obtained from the graph of g by the 2 transformation. Okay, so basically first, we look at x squared compared with 3x plus 1 squared minus 12, okay? So outside the bracket, what happens? So multiply by 3 and then minus 12, right? So the stretch in the scale factor in the y direction, so it means the y-axis, right? Okay, scale factor, it means multiply, right? So multiply by a factor of 3, okay? So t is equal to 3, yeah? Okay, and then a translation of p and q, okay? P and q. So how do you find pq? So p shift, okay, because plus 1 means goes left, okay? So right here goes left, so p is equal to minus 1, and then q is equal to minus 12, okay? Goes downward by 12 units, okay? Yeah, so you get this, right? Okay, so p is minus 1 and then q is minus 12. Okay, so next page. So next page is 208 question, okay? So 7 marks. So this one is combined question as well, okay? So combined with log, okay? So question A asks you to sketch f minus 1. So it means the inverse, okay? Inverse. So we have a graph like this, so remember, if you sketch inverse, we always need the line y equals x, and then the graph reflect along the line y equals x, okay? So I'll give you 30 seconds to try this, okay? Okay, so question A. So you draw a line 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, right? So that's the y equals x line, right? Okay. So the graph inverse, okay, so reflect in the line of y equals x. So it will be just like that. So I just look at this point is around like 3.5 to 5.5. So 5.5 and then 3.5. Okay, it will be just around here. So swap xy, right? Okay, so reflect along this line. So that's how you get 3 marks. Easy. Okay. And then write down the range of the inverse. Okay, so this one you can put a star on it. Okay, so this one is a bit tricky. So range of the inverse. Okay, we know that the range look at y, right? Okay, it means the y range. So inverse function refers to this graph. But how do I know where is the maximum point? Yeah. So if I just look at this graph, okay. So basically for this one, there's a trick. Why is it just 1 mark? Okay, because I know that original function fx for the x range, okay, is 0 to 3.5. Okay, so x can only be 0 to 3.5. Okay, for the x, but after the inverse, always swap xy. So 0, y, and then 3.5. Okay, so that's the range of the inverse. So that's why you can just copy this. And so you can see that makes sense because the maximum of the y, it can only be 3.5. So you just need to change the x to be y. So next time whenever you see this kind of question, okay, just refer to the original, okay, x range. So this one refer to x range, okay, of fx. Okay, then you just swap xy. Yeah. Okay, so you swap the xy and then it will be just how many? So here is 0 to 3.5, right? Okay, so 0 and then a y and then 3.5, right? Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, and then question C. So question C, the inverse. Okay, find the inverse equation. So very easy. Okay, for this one, just swap xy. Okay, but this one apply. You need to apply log. Okay, ln. So fx is equal to e 0.5x. Okay. So and then I just swap the xy. So y equals to e 0.5 and then y, right? Okay, so I'll let you do this. So you have 15 seconds, okay? Okay, so, oh yeah, so actually this one is x. I forgot to swap the xy, okay? So y equals to e 0.5x, okay? So then is x equals to e 0.5y, okay? And then you make y be the subject. So both sides you have to take ln. ln x and then ln e 0.5y, right? Cancel this out and then 0.5y ln x, yeah? So y is equal to ln x over 0.5. ln x over 0.5, okay? But don't leave your answer like this. Why? Because divide by 1 over 2. 0.5 is divided by 1 over 2, right? Right here. So ln x divide by 1 over 2. So that means is ln x times what? Okay, you flip this, right? Times 2. So that's equal to 2 ln x. Okay, so that's the final answer. Okay? Yeah? So 3 marks, this one. Okay, and the next page, 208, okay? So you have a function like this, and then question A on the same diagram, sketch y equals to minus fx. So this one you have maybe 20 seconds, okay? So very easy. The minus sign is outside the bracket, okay? Okay, so outside the bracket, minus sign, okay? Always affect what? Always affect y, right? Okay, so positive y, negative y becomes positive y, right? So minus 1.5, okay, so flip to here, okay? And then this point, right, okay, goes down, okay? So basically I'll just plot all the extreme points. So this point, and then it will goes down to here, right? Okay, this point goes up to here. So basically, finally minus 4 goes up to 4, right? Okay? So you can just draw a smile face like this, okay? Yeah? So that's the whole function, okay? Minus fx, that's it. Okay, And then question B, so gx is equal to fx plus 3, okay? So find g minus 3, okay? So many students did this wrong, okay? So I'll give you 15 seconds to try this, okay? Okay, so B1. So g minus 3. So you know that gx is equal to fx plus 3, right? So you can just sub in g minus 3 equals to f minus 3 plus 3. So that is equal to f0. So many students will just write 0, okay? But that's wrong, okay? But that is wrong. Why is that? Because f0, okay, is not 0. Because it only refer to x is equal to 0. You have to find y, right? So I know that when x equals 0, refer to fx, okay? This one is fx, right? The original graph, okay? So what happens is f0 is minus 1.5. When x is 0, then you can see the y point, okay, is minus 1.5. Yeah? So that's the answer. Okay, describe fully the transformation that maps the graph of f to the graph of g. So f to g. So from fx to gx. So I know that fx is just fx, right? But gx is fx plus 3. So what's the transformation? Plus 3. So we can just say, okay, the transformation then that will be just plus 3. It means that is goes how many? Goes left or right? Okay, goes left. Yeah, plus 3 goes left. So then you can just write minus 3 and then 0. Okay, but because there's nothing change in y. Okay, but in the bracket form, then you have to write again the change of x. Okay, yeah. So plus 3, or you can say shift left. Okay, by 3 units. Yeah. Okay. So next page. So next page here. Question 3. So we have the function right here, okay, the original function, okay. So question A, B, C, fx plus 2. So choose which one is plus 2, and then which one is minus fx, which one is f minus x, okay. So I'll give you 30 seconds, okay. Okay, so question A, fx plus 2. So plus 2, it means goes left, okay? So just refer to the graph. Which one goes left? So from 0 and then goes left, it must be minus 2. So you just scan for the minus 2. So minus 2, not this one, not this one. Okay, only this one. So D is minus 2, goes left, okay? So D. And then minus fx, so minus sign outside the bracket affect y, right? So positive y becomes negative y, right? So negative 1 goes up, so it becomes 1. So just look at the graph, which one you have 1, okay? So which is, so not this one, not this one, not this one, right? Okay, so which is C. So here, then you get 1, right? Okay, so it's 1. Sorry, not 1, so C, okay? Diagram C. And then which diagram is the graph of f minus x, okay? So which one is f minus x? So refer to inside the bracket, affect x, right? Positive x becomes negative x, right? So 5, okay, becomes negative 5, okay? So just refer to the one with minus 5, okay? So minus 5 right here. So B, C, A is the answer, okay? So let's move on to next page, okay?